Good morning, afternoon, or whatever time it is on your side of the planet. Welcome to About This Day, May 2nd edition. Today we're swimming with sustainable tuna, flying with World War I aces, and time traveling from ancient uprisings to modern milestones. We'll meet emperors, football legends, civil rights protesters, and even the Loch Ness Monster. Yes, it's that kind of day. Let's dive in.
Here's today's ocean of observances. It's World Tuna Day, officially recognized by the United Nations since 2016 to promote sustainable tuna fishing. So if your sushi is certified, you're part of the movement. And in unofficial but magical news, it's International Harry Potter Day, honoring the fictional Battle of Hogwarts in 1998. One's up for wizardry.
Let's light the birthday candles, or maybe a rocket or two. In 1729, Catherine the Great was born, Russian empress, Enlightenment enthusiast, and pen pal to philosophers. 1892 brought us the Red Baron, Manfred von Richthofen, the World War I pilot with 80 confirmed kills, and a legend even Snoopy couldn't ignore. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson entered the Ring of Life in 1972, later body slamming his way into Hollywood. In 1946, Leslie Gore gave us It's My Party, an anthem for the dramatically heartbroken. And David Beckham, football maestro and fashion icon, kicked off in 1975. Free kicks, freestyle, no free time.
Now to the farewells, respectfully delivered with cause of death noted. The brilliant Leonardo da Vinci died in 1519, likely of a stroke at 67. In 2011, Osama bin Laden was killed by U.S. Navy SEALs. Gunshot wounds ended his reign of terror. Joseph McCarthy, known for anti-communist crusades, died in 1957 of alcohol-related hepatitis. Nancy Astor, the UK's first female MP to take her seat, passed in 1964 from heart failure. And J. Edgar Hoover, longtime FBI director, died in 1972 of heart disease, leaving behind a complicated legacy.
Here's today's dispatch from history's front lines. In 1660, the Battle of Long Sault began. French settlers and indigenous allies held off Iroquois forces in Canada, a last stand with lasting legacy. In 1668, the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle ended the War of Devolution. Land changed hands, because of course it did. On this day in 1945, the Battle of Berlin ended. The Soviets took Berlin, marking the fall of Nazi Germany in Europe. In 1963, children marched in Birmingham, Alabama. The Children's Crusade was a brave protest against segregation. Faced with fire hoses, they didn't back down. And in 1808, Madrid rose up against French occupation in the Dos de Mayo uprising, immortalized in Goya's haunting paintings.
Over to sports, where records were made and legends stepped aside. In 1939, Lou Gehrig voluntarily ended his 2,130-game streak, paving the way for ALS awareness and grace in the face of illness. Back in 1930, baseball played its first night game in Des Moines. The score? 13-6. The lights? Glorious. And in 1964, Mad Dog Vachon won the NWA wrestling title by defeating Vern Gagne. A bark-worthy upset.
And now into the world of wires and weirdness. In 1670, the Hudson's Bay Company was chartered, becoming one of the oldest corporations still around. Originally a fur monopoly, now selling everything from coats to cologne. KPQAM in Wenatchee, Washington, aired its first radio show in 1928, A New Voice in the Wilderness. In 1929, Billie Holiday was arrested after a wiretap sting. Her voice was unmistakable, her troubles tragically real. And in 1994, Dr. Jack Kevorkian was acquitted in an assisted suicide case, igniting national debate on ethics and medical tech.
Now to the world outside our windows. In 1964, climbers summited Shishapangma, the last of the 8,000-meter peaks to be conquered, a literal high point. The Loch Ness Monster made its public debut in 1939, when Aldi McKay claimed to see something large and splashy. Nessie's legend was born. And in 1780, astronomers discovered Ursae Majoris, the first binary star system, because one sun just isn't enough for some galaxies.
And now, the arts, and oh behave. In 1997, Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery hit theaters. British spies were never the same again. Back in 1964, the Beatles' second album hit #1 in the US. More mop-top magic for Beatlemania fans worldwide.
And finally, here's today's shake-up from the political arena. In 1968, French students launched Mayo del 68, a protest movement that turned into near-revolution. In 1990, South Africa's ANC began formal negotiations with the government, early steps toward ending apartheid. Meanwhile, Bosnia's president Alija Izetbegovic was captured in 1992, deepening the Balkan conflict. And remember that 1808 Madrid uprising? It wasn't just a battle, it inspired lasting political and cultural defiance.
And that's May 2nd in the history books. If today happens to be your birthday, then forget world wars, revolutions, and mysterious lake creatures. You are the most important event of the day for the people who love you. Celebrate accordingly.
And hey, if you enjoyed this trip through time, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It helps more history lovers find their way here, and it keeps our time machine running smoothly. See you on the next date in history.